Roblox Jailbreak? This is a question that has been asked since the game has been released. Some say it's the torpedo, while some say it's actually the javelin, but no matter who you ask, you will get a similar answer every single time. Because the fast vehicles have dominated the Jailbreak meta, and I've honestly been bored of it. You always see the same vehicles everywhere you go, and it's honestly extremely difficult to not use one. So I decided to try to break this trend, once and for all. But it turns out, I'd probably just broken Roblox Jailbreak, on complete accident. Roblox Jailbreak is a game thought to be solved. There are over 120 vehicles inside the game, so you would think that the best vehicle would be known already. Well, it's kind of like that. Each vehicle has something different from each other. Let's look at something like the torpedo. It has a very high top speed. It thrives on long extended tracks, while it can struggle driving at low speeds. Given enough time, and it starts getting out of control. On the other hand, you have a vehicle like the Roadster, which is the complete opposite of the torpedo. Instead of thriving on long straightaways, Roadster is very good at short chases and moving around in tight corners. And these are just two vehicles. Imagine the complexity of over 100 into the mix. And with so many vehicles inside the game, not every vehicle is actually the same. On one side, you have the low-tier vehicles that you skip buying for many reasons than just one reason. I mean, the ambulance is far from a top priority, and it's barely even better than the free vehicle. While it can heal you, it's not really worth purchasing. On the other side, you have royalty. Fast, luxurious, completely overpowered. These vehicles are top tier for many reasons, have the best stats throughout the whole game. The difference in power from the bottom is honestly laughable. But somewhere in the middle, you might have some mediocre vehicles. These vehicles aren't bad, they just aren't amazing. They're pretty much outdated, or just have weird stats. Most people use these vehicles not for their speed, but because of how they look. And these are pretty much how vehicles are ranked nowadays. While every vehicle is usable, one thing has changed how I choose my own vehicle. Roblox Jailbreak has a huge balancing problem, called pit maneuvering. If police rams into your vehicle, it will slow down nearly completely, leaving cops to then eject you, or shoot down your tires. The Roadster and Manton Pro are practically perfect for this, because they're actually faster than every single vehicle going below 200 miles per hour. To run from these cops is actually rewarding. It's just simply impossible to get away from these guys. Every time I try using a different vehicle, one pit, infinite cycle of more pits to follow. So I made my mission to get revenge on these try-hard cops, with something they've never seen before. Beat the banana car. It is arguably the best drifting car in the game with phenomenal stats. While it looks overpowered, it certainly has some drawbacks, because it's the exact opposite of what a jailbreak vehicle is supposed to be. While it's thin, it's very easy to shoot because of its long hitbox. Not to mention, it's extremely easy to track down, because it leaves behind a trail of bananas to follow suit. I mean, a cop from miles away can see exactly where you're going. I mean, it puts a literal target on your back. Nobody drives this vehicle, because the best vehicle is already known. But the thing is, while vehicles don't get much better the more you drive it, the banana car is a weird exception, because of its very low traction stat. I mean, if you can control it, you actually have a really good vehicle with some of the best stats throughout the whole game. And I asked myself one simple question: was it even worth using this vehicle at all? Then I thought to myself, what if someone did? So I started testing out this vehicle, and let me tell you, it was completely uncontrollable. It was very slippery, but when you land a good drift with it, it honestly felt amazing. I could drive throughout the whole city at full speed, as long as I could hold my drift together. But the thing is, was it even usable against the best police? So I went to a public server to find out, can this horrible vehicle take on some of the best cops Jailbreak has to offer? Well, no. I got pretty much quickly humbled by 3 cops, using some of the best vehicles in the whole game. While they celebrated their victory, I was kind of amazed. This vehicle was doing some pretty crazy stuff no other vehicle could do. I could climb hills, mountains, and even tall fences. And I was starting to troll a lot of cops with this. While I thought this was overpowered, this was honestly nothing compared to flying. Because of how good its suspension was, I actually tried to see if I could climb up buildings, but it turns out it's just barely missing out on it. But if you add some rocket fuel, it suddenly goes up into the air, shifting all that momentum upwards. Turn this mediocre vehicle to practically a rocket. This allowed me to do two things. First, I could fly higher than most aerial vehicles in the game. Second, I could actually bounce off walls, because Jailbreak added a feature to flip your vehicle if it's mispositioned. Well, it's meant to be if your car is flipped over, it suddenly tries to position your vehicle against a wall. If done at the right angle, you can actually go over 400 miles per hour if you are positioned backwards. And cops are starting to get really annoyed now, as I can just drive up buildings to escape from any chase possible. This gave me a brilliant idea, because being on a rooftop is actually a huge advantage, because now I can use the most overpowered weapon in the game, the sniper. The sniper is the highest damage weapon in the game. The longer you are from your target, the more damage you will do. Now imagine a cop open on the ground. Imagine dealing with someone on top of a building to use as cover. I mean, it's pretty much near impossible to deal with. I was starting to become a major threat using this vehicle. But instead of rooftops, what if I could parachute in the sky, become a complete psychopath while sniping in the air? While people laughed at my joke of a vehicle, I'd accidentally discovered possibly the most aggressive vehicle in the whole game. I was also getting insanely better at driving. My drifting was near perfect, and I was starting to discover more things about this vehicle that I'd never seen before. Like, this vehicle felt insanely good around other vehicles. Its suspension allows it to basically just climb over them. But even crazier, you can use them as ramps, as long as you have some rocket fuel to use. While there are ramps for vehicles around the map, there are very few and aren't really that useful. While vehicles swerve to avoid each other, I wanted vehicles to come right at me. This vehicle is quite literally the exact opposite of what a jailbreak vehicle is supposed to be. Even when bumped into a cop at full speed, it's just simply no match for it. And my driving was now flawless. I was drifting perfectly now, and all my skills were coming together. I also learned how to drive in nearly every direction. While most vehicles can only drive straight, the banana car can shift gear in practically any direction instantly, and this causes huge headaches in a lot of vehicles that have low turn speeds, or just pretty bad reversing. And somehow, this mediocre vehicle, that some consider to be the worst, is having so many tools in its kit that no vehicle in the game even has. I learned some pretty weird stuff too. Like, I could climb walls diagonally at a certain angle. I could climb buildings without any rocket fuel. I just shifted that momentum upwards. I drove this vehicle thinking I could only drift, but now, I've driven this vehicle for half a year now. While many people think it's still a joke, it's what I have most fun with. Hypercar or not, a vehicle that beats the best.